Most people think debt is the ultimate enemy. Credit cards, student loans, car loans, and mortgages loom over their finances like a dark cloud. You hear it everywhere. Get out of debt and your life will be easy. Pay it off and you'll be happy. But here's the inconvenient truth. Paying off debt alone will not magically fix your financial life. In fact, debt itself is only part of the problem. The real issue is far more insidious. The interest you keep paying and the habits that keep you trapped in a cycle of owing money year after year. Once you understand this, everything changes. 1. Interest is the silent thief. Interest is the quiet predator in your financial life, and most people never see it coming. You might think, I only owe $5,000 on my credit card. That's small. But every month, interest silently eats away at your payments, stealing your hard-earned money. In 2024, Americans paid over $160 billion in credit card interest and fees alone. That's $1,300 per household per year, disappearing without buying anything. Student loans are just as ruthless. A $30,000 loan at 6% interest can cost over $18,000 in interest if repaid normally. That's money you could use for a car, a house, or retirement. Mortgages are no exception. A $300,000 30-year loan at 7% interest can end up costing $420,000 in interest, more than the original house. Interest isn't a small detail. It's the hidden engine keeping debt alive and stealing your opportunity to build wealth. Recognize it. Fight it. 2. Bad money habits. Keep the debt alive. Debt doesn't appear out of nowhere. It's built, brick by brick, through everyday money habits. Most people unknowingly trap themselves in the same cycle, spending more than they earn, relying on buy now, pay later for things they don't truly need, or making only minimum credit card payments. Consider this. A $5,000 credit card balance paid off with minimum payments alone could take 25 years or more and cost thousands in interest. Many then borrow again to cover old debt, thinking they're catching up, but this only fuels the cycle. Another trap is skipping an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable. Broken appliances, car repairs, or medical bills can instantly push you deeper into debt if you lack even $1,000 to $2,000 in savings. Debt is just the symptom. The real problem is habits. Overspending, ignoring interest, and relying on credit for emergencies. Break these patterns and the cycle ends. 3. Good debt versus bad debt. It's easy to demonize debt and assume all of it is bad, but not all debt is created equal. Understanding the difference between good debt and bad debt is critical to building wealth. Good debt is purposeful. It helps you generate income or increase your net worth. Examples include student loans for a degree that leads to a higher-paying career, or business loans that allow you to grow a profitable enterprise. A mortgage in a stable market also falls under good debt because homes tend to appreciate over time. The key here is low interest and a clear plan for repayment. Good debt is a tool that can accelerate wealth when used wisely. Bad debt, on the other hand, is money borrowed to consume, not to invest in your future. High-interest credit cards, payday loans, or financing vacations, luxury clothes, and the latest gadgets fall into this category. Bad debt does not generate wealth. You borrow now, pay exorbitant interest, and in the end, own nothing of lasting value. It's a trap that leaves people working just to pay interest. 4. What actually works? Getting out of debt is not rocket science. It's simple, but it's not easy. Most people struggle not because the strategies don't exist, but because they fail to follow them consistently. The truth is, debt can be beaten, and you can start seeing progress faster than you think. Start by attacking the highest interest debt first, the avalanche method. Paying off a 24% credit card before a 4% student loan saves you thousands in interest over time. Alternatively, the snowball method focuses on smaller balances first, giving quick wins and motivation to keep going. Both strategies work. The key is consistency. Cutting lifestyle spending is equally crucial. This doesn't mean giving up everything you enjoy, but it does mean prioritizing debt repayment over non-essential purchases. Every extra dollar you can throw at debt accelerates your path to freedom. Building disciplined habits matters too. Track every dollar, wait 48 hours before buying anything over $50, and establish a $1,000 emergency fund. Once that buffer exists, surprise expenses won't force you back into debt. Studies show disciplined planning can make most people debt-free in 4 to 7 years. 5. The psychology of debt. Debt isn't just a financial problem, it's a psychological trap. When you owe money, your brain constantly signals stress, even if you're paying on time. That stress can lead to poor decision-making, overspending to feel better, avoiding bills, or ignoring long-term planning. The first step to escaping debt is acknowledging that it's as much about your mindset as it is about your finances. High-interest debt makes you feel powerless. You see your payments barely dent the balance. But once you focus on reducing interest and building responsible habits, your control returns. 6. Stop hating debt. Kill the interest and habits. Here's the paradox. Debt itself is not the enemy. Interest and destructive habits are. When you hate debt, you often react emotionally, ignoring it, making only minimum payments, or taking out new loans to survive. That's exactly how interest keeps winning. The real victory comes from understanding how debt works and using that knowledge strategically. Pay down high-interest debt first, avoid accumulating bad debt, and focus on building habits that prevent the cycle from restarting. Treat low-interest, purposeful debt as a tool to grow wealth, like a lever that magnifies your earning potential. Once you shift your mindset, debt stops being a prison. It becomes a stepping stone. You no longer fear the numbers on a credit card statement. You understand which debts to eliminate and which to manage. You begin controlling your money instead of letting it control you. 7. The truth in one sentence. In one sentence, debt is just a tool. Misused, it feels like a prison because interest eats your money and bad habits keep you trapped. Used wisely and paired with disciplined spending and repayment, it becomes a stepping stone toward financial freedom. Stop hating your debt. Focus on destroying high-interest debt, avoiding bad debt, and building habits that prevent future traps. This is how you break free, gain control, and start using money to create real wealth. In conclusion, your debt is not the enemy. The real problem is the interest that compounds quietly, and the habits that keep you in a cycle of owing more than you can pay. Interest is the silent thief, stealing thousands of dollars from hardworking people every year. Bad habits like overspending, ignoring bills, and relying on credit for emergencies amplify the damage. The path to financial freedom is not glamorous. It's not about cutting every luxury or living a life of deprivation. It's about understanding how debt works, eliminating the destructive kind, paying off high-interest debt fast, and building habits that prevent you from falling back into the same traps. Start today. Track your spending. Build your emergency fund. Target the high-interest debt first. Each step is a victory against the silent thief called interest. Each good habit is armor against the habits that keep you broke. Financial freedom isn't about paying off debt, and it's about killing interest and mastering your money. Once you do, you'll finally see debt for what it truly is, a tool, not a prison. Enjoyed the content? Hit subscribe for more financial advice and helpful videos, and leave your suggestions in the comments below. Thanks.